race, not alone by myself, but with you. Though tough times come out my way, we will rise and we conquer new ground. We will stand up and rise together. We will march to victory. Hold my hand and we say we know IQI, IQI is for you as it has been for me. Everyone shine. All of us can for a reason, for a freedom we got. We will stand up and rise together. We will march into victory. Hold my hand and this day we know IQI, IQI is for you as it has been for me. We will stand up and rise together. We will march into victory. Hold my hand and this day we know IQI, IQI is for you as it has been for me.
IQI Perth, man!
evening. Welcome to IQI Australia Friday Prop Talk. My name is Lee and I am your host this evening. And guess what? I will be the speaker for this evening as well. So there will be just me and myself. Now, that's not entirely true. I do have a special guest speaker, which I will introduce a little bit later. Now, thank you for joining us again this evening, everyone. And if you have not liked our Facebook page or subscribed to our IQI Australia YouTube channel, please do so. Thank you so much in advance. Okay, now this evening, we would like to bring you a development that is very close to my heart. One that I have been working for many, many years, actually from nothing to something. With me saying that, what I mean is I'm actually working with this project from off the plan until it's actually complete. Yes, so that is the Crest at Burswood. So many of you have probably heard of us talking about that because we are very, very proud of that development, and it's one of that we feel quite what's the word like very confident in selling. Yeah, and like what I said previously, I do have one guest speaker that I am going to interview today, just briefly. Um, he is going to give us a little bit of a story behind this development. Now, before I bring him to the floor, just let me give you a quick, a little bit background about this project, the Crest at Burswood. So, if I can get you, please, to play my the video, the one that show the drone. Chris, are you able to play the drone of the Crest apartment? The drone view of the Crest apartment. Thank you. Thank you, Pris. Now I can put my slide up. So I thought I will start off with a quick introduction of Crest, where it is, how it looks like, just in general. Now, before I go on, just a quick disclaimer. So this presentation is intended to inform and illustrate. Person investing in real estate should get professional or talk to your accountant before you make any decision. Sources of information combined in this presentation are believed to be credible because most of them are coming from online government website and of course the project information itself. And IQIWA take no responsibility for errors or omission contained in this presentation, and it's disclaim any liability of any loss or damage incurred by a person for a reliance on any part of the content in this presentation. So a bit boring, I just have to keep reading it. So photographing, recording, copying, distributing, or recreating, or any other unauthorized use of this content in this lab without the express written content of IQIWA is strictly prohibited. All right, okay, after this boring disclaimer, let's have a quick look exactly where the Crest is located at. So the Crest at Burswood is located at the Burswood Peninsula. The suburb is actually called Burswood, but this location where the Crest is sitting on is actually a very interesting location. We call it a peninsula, like a little island, just kind of extend out from the mainland. It's actually sitting on top of the hill as well. Hence, we call it the Crest. I know it sounds a little bit, it sounds like a cold joke, but that's basically where the name come from, I believe. And it is just 3 kilometers from Perth CBD, so which is very, very close. Now, the Burswood Peninsula is the entertainment hub of not only the town of Vic Park, but also for Perth. It is the home of some of the state's largest entertainment precinct and or attraction recorded. So that include our Optus Stadium, the Crown Casino, as well as the Campfield, the Belmont Park Racecourse, the State Tennis Center, and on the actual peninsula itself is actually surrounded by a lot of natural park land. So if someone actually enjoying doing a walk around the park or the river, and this is very accessible for the Crest. Now, not only the Crest is well connected by road, because when you go to the CBD, you can actually take Grand Farmer Freeway, and then you can take the Causeway as well. And when you drive to the town, it only take you like 5 minutes. And not only that, if you like to walk, you can actually walk to East Perth through the newly built Metagara Bridge, as well as public transport is very connected in terms of like train station. The train station is right in front of the building, and less than a minute walk, and then the bus stop is about 2 minute walk as well. So it is very accessible. If you're going to catch train to the city, it's gonna only take you 7 minutes to go from Burswood train station all the way to the city. And if you are going to the Optus Stadium, that's only one train stop away. So, in terms of location, it has been very great. And quickly, let me show you the next slide, which is talking about the building itself. So I wouldn't spend too much time talking about the building on the floor plan because exciting things like that. If you want to find out more, do get in touch with us. Our contact detail will be on the screen later. So feel free to drop us an email if you want to get a copy of the brochure or find out a little bit more about the project. Now, let me just quickly talk about this building. So it is completed, as you can see. Consists of 168 units. We have one bedder all the way to 3 bedrooms. Majority will be 1 and 2 bedrooms, and very minimal of 3 bedrooms. Actually, what I found that at the early stage of the planning, because this project the plan was done much, much earlier. Construction finished at 2019, around there, about 2.5 years ago. So at that time when they do the design, there is a huge demand for 2 bedder and 1 bedder. But what I found that with the demand for apartment these days, things has changed a little bit. And even though people looking at downsizing, they still prefer the larger space. So the 3 bedroom has become popular. And also young family also like the idea of apartment living now. So so if you're interested to check out our 3 bedrooms, we still have only last threes available. So 168 units. So we have 2 basements, which is mainly the car park and storage, and then 22 level on the ground. So ground floor and 20 level of apartments, and then the rooftop garden. The development, like what I said before, it's finished about 2.5 years ago, but it is now close to 92% occupied. So only 8% is vacant, which is, when you think about from an investment point of view, is actually pretty good. Easily rent out. And the developer has also just recently decided to release his remaining stock and put it in the market. So now we do have a couple more units that are available for us to sort of, bring to the market. So we have just over 35% of the stock remaining in this project. So all the apartments will have one free car bay, and the 2 bedder and the 3 bedder will have two free car bays. And the beauty of this development as well is it come with more than, I think will be more than 40 visitor car bay. So, and it's actually a gated visitor car bay as well. If you have visitor come to visit you, they can park on the street. But if the street is busy like this evening, there is a footy going on, you couldn't find any street parking, and yeah, your visitor can actually park inside the building. Now, for the resident, you actually have to go through two security gate to get into your car bay. So, a lot of my homeowner and visitor find that that is a brilliant idea because that is like double security, and there's CCTV throughout the building. Also, to get in and out of the building, you need to have like a tag or security access, and you can only access your own level. You can't actually go to other level. So come to security while is brilliant. And of course, all the apartments will have a free car bay as well. Right, let's move on. Okay, a little bit of a story behind. Everything wonderful will have a story behind, same as this development. And today, we are very privileged actually be able to invite the developer, Mr. Leroy Lee, to join us to talk about just tell us a little bit about the story behind this development. Because every time when I talk to or bring people through, the first thing that people talk about would be the design. Anyway, let's join me. Welcome, Leroy. Hi, good evening, Leroy.
Hello, hi everyone.
I like your background.
Yes, of course. Uh, Very unique shape and it catches that side of the building is actually very special. So
Ex-
this is from
Exactly.
the pool looking up onto the building.
It is. It is very curvy, very feminine, and very unique. You know what? When I was preparing my presentation today, like my PowerPoint, and I was thinking at the timeline and looking at everything that we were doing. Actually, we met you in 2016, isn't it? When we first picked up this project, I think that's when we launched
That
that
was
project.
when we started marketing it. We actually started the design of this building back in 2014.
Wow.
So we've been working on this project for a long time.
Yeah.
Initially, when we started a process, when the usual process is to get the development approvals from the town of Vic Park, the town council, and
Mm-mm.
submitted an approval early on for a 9-story building. But because of the location and in front of the train station, and the council had already a plan, which I'm sure you'll go through later, about
Yeah.
the future of this location, and that was something the council had in mind. So they actually turned us away and said, "Look, we actually want you to build something more iconic, something different."
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that started the entire process. So the approval process took a long time. That's why
Mm.
before we got approvals, before we met you, it was quite a long process, but a very
Mm.
rewarding process.
It is.
The site is actually a triangular shape, so very hard to design a building on a triangular shaped piece of land.
Mm.
Um, so if you see later on, if you show photos of the nose of the building, you'll realize that the design is actually very similar. The inspiration came from the Flatiron building in Manhattan. And
Yeah.
from there, that nose, and then to where the curves around the building, it's a very iconic building in a
Very.
sense that it flows around, is rounded and very unique. There's no building like this that I've seen,
Mm.
especially with the shape, even on this side of the pool side, which is where the
Mm.
fattest part of the building is.
Mm.
It's a very unique shape. So it's been a very rewarding project to design and build.
Mm.
Very challenging at times because of the shape of the building, but
Correct.
it's actually worked out. If you see the interiors of the building and what we've got to offer, um, a very unique shape and very good living quality of living and living
Yeah.
standards within the building.
It is indeed because very often when we take people through, that is the first thing they will comment on. The shape and the design. It is so different from what the standard square-ish building that we will see, and of course the landmark that you were talking about because it's on. Like what I say, it's on top of the crest. The crest.
It's the crest of the hill. This is actually the highest point of Burswood. So one of the highest points of Burswood. So it really does stick out.
Yeah.
The building is 22 stories high. So from
Mm.
anywhere, land even if you know what you're looking for, even if you're coming down on the plane or flying off from Perth, you always see the building, and it's quite special to see,
Yes.
especially from our point of view.
Yes, exactly. Because if I have to give direction, I always tell people when you drive along Great Eastern Highway, that big white building, the one that
Yes,
very proudly stand there, that is the one. They're like, oh,
yeah,
that
that's the one.
building. So it's really, really, that's very what's the word? Like privileged or proud that, when you submit something, you just want to do small thing, and then the council come back and say, make something big because you're on such a beautiful block of land, unique landmark, build something big. And I remember like that time you also mentioned that they want you to build something that really high quality so you can set a benchmark for the rest of the development in the area in the future, which is
That's
very
right.
important. Yeah, because there is such a big plan putting into the peninsula and the area. So it kind of like the first one gone into the Burswood station west and east end. So yeah, there we go. You set a hard
We
mark
are
for
one of the
everyone.
first developments there, and I think the council was very happy when we completed the building and we did a tour of the building. They were very
Mm,
impressed and they were very
yeah.
glad that they chose this site and this building to start the entire process. So Burswood has got a very exciting future over the next few years,
Yeah.
and we're very excited
Indeed.
to see what happens.
Yeah, fantastic. And on top of that, in 2020, the Crest has won an award. Tell us, yeah, if you don't mind, tell us about that award. What
Yeah,
have we
so
got?
it was very exciting. The architects and us, we spent a lot of time on the design, trying to design something iconic. So if you look at different views of the building, you realize that it's not one single tower that goes straight up for 20 stories. Certain
Mm,
units stop at level 17, certain units stop at level 18. So it created a very different crown to the building, and
mm,
it's a very dynamic building. The best word to describe it is a very dynamic building with a beautiful flow. Um, the other thing that we did was we incorporated the public art into the facade of the building on the front,
yes.
and that really gave a different dynamic to a building. So, as part of any construction project in Perth, there is a regulation where 1% of the building cost is contributed into public artwork. And what we decided to do was, instead of having a artwork on the ground floor or a sculpture of some sort on the ground floor as public art
Mm,
contributed, we incorporated into the facade of the building, which was basically the facade of the building is the artwork itself, and that really
yes.
helped the building stand out among other buildings because of the shape of the how the light hits the facade and the different
Mm,
shades of gold that we get from the artwork as well as the podium level. It
mm,
was a very fascinating facade. So after the building was completed, we actually did we entered into a architectural competition in a sense, and we actually won the award for large scale development in 2020, which was a very big achievement for the architects and us.
mm,
But it also showcases how unique the project really is. If you look
indeed.
around, it's really there's no project that looks like this, no building that looks like this.
Yeah.
It's really unique, and also it adds to the livability of the units because none of the units really face each other. There's a lot of privacy within the units, and the livability in the units, the space, and the
Mm,
um, how the interiors and
how
the
the
big
design
balcony.
is. Yeah.
It's quite unique. A very unique product. So I'm sure you'll be talking about all the interiors and all that after this. But yeah, it's
Those are all secret. If they want to find out more, they have to call me. But I agree in terms of the living space and the size of the balcony and internal, they're all very usable and it's a very well designed building. We will touch on that internally a little bit, but I won't be able to show every single floor plan because that is also another beauty of this project. There is a lot of floor plan. They're all different, which is very, very exciting. Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's
So,
very good. I mean, it was a very big focus on livability in this project. So, living rooms, bedroom sizes. The bedrooms can fit king size beds. The living rooms are all minimum 4 meters from wall to wall. So you're not right in front of a TV. So you've got enough width and also a quality of the kitchens and all that. So
yeah.
small touches that make a home. It was one of the principles that we always went by was it's not just you're not just building a home for an owner occupier. We built to a high standard because someone, whether you're owner occupier or investor, someone is
Mm,
calling it home.
yeah.
And from the past 3 years, I can proudly say that there's very high demand for our units in
Mm,
terms of people wanting to live inside. The spec is higher, and we've actually achieved that, and we've never had any issues getting occupants within the building. So
no,
it's a
at
great,
the moment, it's 92% occupied. Yeah, it's
yeah,
almost full. But
it
yet,
is.
when you walk through, it's still really peaceful. Like there's so much space to be used. And
Mm.
also one of the sort of like not really selling point. The great things about this development is it is future proof. I think that's one of the things that really not really impressed me.
It
It's a
was a very
building
big focus
proof.
point.
Mm,
So small things like, for example, our lights are all LED, but the light switches, we actually run neutral cables to every single light switch, which
mm,
gives the ability to have a smart switching system built into the unit. So our living room and our master bedroom lights are all Bluetooth compatible. So you can
mm,
actually use your phones to turn on and off the lights, dim them down. The building is also hardwired. It's got a fiber optic backbone, which
mm,
allows all the fiber optics inside, smart home communication. You can actually open your doors using your phones rather than needing carry keys. The door locks are fingerprint as smart door locks, which
mm,
again you don't require keys. You
mm.
put in a pin code or use your fingerprint. It's all available to you. So future proofing the unit was also a very big focus point
Yeah.
when we built it.
Yeah, and also the electrical charging station. You, in terms
Mm,
of project, you actually quite forward, like in terms of planning, because at that time, um,
yeah,
Tesla is
cars
not that
one
popular
day.
yet. Yeah, but you
No,
guys already planned. Yeah,
yeah.
so
We try. We've pretty much put all the allowances for anything that we can think of. Things like the fiber optic backbone, because it's like a light spectrum technology, you can
mm,
actually add services down the road. So
yeah,
you have the building actually has the ability to add services down the road whenever they
mm,
come available. Yeah, we do have car charging stations in the basement as well as on the ground floor.
yeah,
And that was one of the first. So when it first released and we started operating it in Perth anyway, I think we were one of like five fast
very
charging
few.
stations in Perth. Now there
Yeah.
are a lot more, obviously, with more electrical cars on the road now.
Yeah,
But
because we a
it's
lot
good.
of our new development that coming through, people are asking, and I was like, wow, the development that we have back in 2014, 15, 16, we already have that in place. It's
Yeah.
a forward-thinking development, and yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to add on to the project before I let you go, Leroy?
No, thank you very much for having me on. Really appreciate the opportunity and also to discuss something that I'm so passionate about.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
brilliant.
I'll leave
Because
you
I
to
just
do
think
the presentation.
a, yeah, just think a great development would definitely have a story behind. So we thought to have you sharing with us is very, special, especially for our home buyers or the future investor buyers that if they want to know a little bit more, at least they know how their home come about. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
once again, thank you so much, Reloy, for taking the time. I know you're a very busy man. Still managed to spare these, couple minutes with us and talk about
No
the
problem.
Crest.
Anytime at all. If you have any
Yeah,
questions, please feel free.
yeah. For now, I haven't got a chance to look through the question, but if there is anything that I'm not able to answer, I will let you know. You are very
No
easy
problem.
to track, to get in touch with. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
See
Yeah.
you.
Thanks. See you. Now I shall continue to my slide. So yeah, thank you, Leroy, for sharing all this exciting story about the development of the project. As you can hear, we in such a beautiful location, such a great landmark, and even the council come back and say, "Hey, build something amazing. Here come our amazing product here." Now, I was wondering, what? How about those people that actually have bought? What did they say? So, if I may share some of the testimonial from our home buyers, so I might trouble you, please, to help me to put that up. Thank you.
Hard to beat. I mean, you know, you've got the train station right outside, you've got the buses, you've got the entertainment, you've got the restaurant strip in Vic Park. I don't think you can beat it. We looked at a few other apartments, but we kept coming back to the Crest.
Why?
We were introduced to Leroy, and just his enthusiasm with what he was doing, the way he was going about it, the extras he put into the building, which weren't, I believe, on the initial startup sheet, and you could see the passion he had in the drive in getting this the way he wanted it. I would say certainly come and have a look, and I think you'd walk away with a signature on a bit of paper.
Central to everything. The walk to the footy,
That was one thing, yeah.
the train station opposite to get into town quite easy.
A location, yeah, we just love the location, you know. I guess we could have gone closer to the ocean, but no, we just love the location. Well, just
the atmosphere.
the presentation of the building, you know, that's what we love is the way it's been presented, and you know, we've been and had our inspection of our particular unit, and yeah, like what we see.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, this building, I fell in love with it, seeing the model of it, and have watched it be built, but it's so beautiful. It's just, and it sits so proudly up on that hill. So I just think it's a beautiful building, and then to finally be able to see the inside and the facilities, it's great. I can imagine spending time here, not only in my apartment, let me tell you, I'm going to use the common space in that rooftop. Oh, absolutely. I think actually it's exceeded it. I think it's, you look at the models and you think, oh, it'll be okay, but it's nicer, I think. And yeah, really excited about it, can't wait. What about the swimming pool? Yes, and I like the swimming pool too, because this little one will be able to visit me, and he can come over and we can go for a swim and have dinner, and then maybe go upstairs and watch a movie. That's right, and also go to the cinema, yes. And I thought the outdoor cinema was better than I imagined. I don't know, I think it's just great how everything's so practical and clean lines. I like that.
Thanks, Chris. Yes, so what an amazing sharing from all the homeowner here. And as you can hear, there is few kind of like key point that people mention about here is the location, and I mean why they chose Crest to be their home, the location and the design of the building. So they are very happy with that what they have bought. And actually, the picture here that you are seeing is the view from our 3-bedroom. So it's actually looking facing the city, looking into the city. You get to see the beautiful sunset, and as if actually you're sitting from inside your living room. The window is just look like a live, beautiful pictures of scenery. So it's in terms of view, it's unbeatable. And now, if you are thinking about downsizing, or just even thinking about how is it like to live here at the Crest, We have actually invited Ashley and Alex to live in here for a period of time, and they are going to share their experience with you and how it is like to live in an apartment. And also, Ashley is going to walk through the apartment and show you how it is like inside. Now, if I can trouble you again, please.
In Burswood. We're invited to stay here to experience what it's like for apartment living. So I want to take you through our apartment and give you a look around. The whole experience starts right at the front door. So each apartment has its own smart lock on the front door. So here you can use your fingertip to open it. Or you can have a passcode or even use your mobile phone. So I'm going to use my fingerprint today to open it. And we're greeted by Honey. Now, welcome to our main living space. So here we have the lounge room. So the cabinet is all built in, which is great. And then you come on through to the kitchen area, which has been surprisingly my favorite place in the apartment. I have spent more times in the kitchen cooking in the last few weeks than I have in my 10-year relationship with Alex. So it's been really, really nice. What I love is the layout. All of the cupboards, everything is easy access, and we really enjoy just sitting in here working, but also eating, and how naturally all the light comes in. So the natural light that comes in is really beautiful and just keeps you more happy, I guess. The cupboards are all push to open. Here's our naughty drawer, all our chocolates. And this is very cool. How it slides open. See, small things really amuse me. I just think anything that's kind of novelty, I'm like, this is fun. All right, so we go from the main living area now to the bedrooms and the bathroom. It's a 2x2. This one is Alexander's bathroom, and it also has built-in laundry behind this door. Love, love, love the bathrooms. It feels like you're staying at a hotel, which is one of the biggest things that I'm loving. And then, Honey, is this your room? Come on through. This is the room that I do all my filming in. So I love the natural light that comes through, and then I have my ring light set up as well. And then Honey likes to come in here and chill and get away from us. And one thing that is kind of a concern for people when they downsize and go to apartment living is a storage. But the one thing that we've realized in this apartment, there is just unlimited storage. You've got the storage behind when you walk in the walkway, and then in the bedrooms, there is loads of storage as well, and it's got all the pull-out drawers as well. Now we're in the main bedroom. This is our room, and we've got the door that walks out onto the balcony, which is really cool. And then the second favorite thing of mine is the walk-in wardrobe. Now, I wanted one of these since I was a little girl. We've got my side, we've got Alex's side, and it's just like what dreams are made of. I love it so much. And then, oh, sorry, Honey. We also have my bathroom. Again, the marble walls, love it. This is all storage, and it's just beautiful. I love getting ready in here. Now we're going to take you through to the balcony, and it is amazing. All the views are just sensational. Come on through. So we're on the northeast side. We have the views of the Optus Stadium. We walk every day down to Blaster Brewery. So we get a morning coffee, and then what we do is we bring it back, and we now have a daily routine where we come and sit out on the balcony and just enjoy each other's company in the mornings. You can watch the planes coming in, look out into the hills. And if you are a bit of an early bird, you could come up and watch the sunrise. I haven't yet done that though. We hope you've enjoyed our tour, and we have loved living here at the Crest Burswood, experiencing what apartment living is like. So my only question is, can we move in forever?
Thank you, Freeze. Yeah. I just thought I will quickly point out some of the inclusion for this development that we're not being touched on. So if you look through the development, like what Ashley has mentioned, there is a built-in laundry, which I put it on my slide here on the left-hand side. Yep. So you got the washer and dryer combo that come with the unit when you buy, when you purchase that, and also the what you call that, the built-in dishwasher, built-in microwave, oven, smack induction cooktop, and even the bins is built in. And we also have a very lovely Villeroy and Bosch tapware for all the units. And all our cabinetry work are actually made in here, WA. The workmanship is superb, and so far I'm not the only one that, we are not the only one that think this is good. A lot of the buyers that come through can actually see the difference in terms of the quality. And BGC is the builder for this development. And now let's have a quick look at the facilities. So okay, I'm back again. Yes, so I just quickly put my second slot of slide up. All right, so we had a quick listen to what of the homeowner talk about and how is it like to live in there. Now I thought we are going to have a quick listen to what the investor have to what do they think about it when they decided to invest here at the Crest. And many of the investor, when they talk about why they invest here, there's few things in common. I found people talk about the location, why they invested here, the potential, of course, like in terms of what is happening around the area, and of course the youth as well. And on the emotional side, they also talk about the building, how they love the shape of the building, the design and quality. So you can't help it. Like even come with investor, we are looking at numbers, but at the same time, if you have a quality product, that is a bonus. So so that will be the main few things that people talk about when I talk to the investor. So allow me today, this evening, to share my own personal journey with you, because I am actually one of the investor here, and I have invested in this project myself. And I will share with you how do I come about making that decision, buying it even during off the plan when there's nothing and I can't actually feel and see the building and don't even know how the quality is going to look like. But yeah, but I have made that decision. So the first thing is the location, like most of us been talking about, even for the owner occupier. So let me bring you back to the location. So what I was looking at when, from an investor point of view, is the excess of amenity and infrastructure. So that is sort of like one of the criteria that when I do my investment that I will look at. I'm sure everyone or all the investor would do the same. So if you look at just within the peninsula itself, we have the best of Perth entertainment. We got the Crown, the stadium, and the race course, like everything that I mentioned before, the State Tennis Center. And that time, we don't even know the bridge will be built or how it's going to happen, but it's all based on a document that which I'm going to share with you shortly. So that is one thing that I look at. And then as I venture out from the peninsula, other things that I look at would be like the access to shopping. where do you get your grocery from? So the closest shopping center is actually the Vic Park Central, if you're looking at slightly larger size. And the IGA, actually, there is another IGA close by. It's like 2-minute drive. It's pretty close. And this Vic Park Central is just 2.5 kilometer away in Vic Park. And if you're looking for a slightly larger shopping center, that will be Belmont, and further down will be Carousel. And airport is just 8 kilometers away. And the great thing is there is actually a direct buses going from the Crest to the airport, and the bus stop is just 2 minutes walk from the building, and then you can catch the bus to and from the international and domestic airport. Must say recently we do get quite a number of inquiry from a fly-in fly-out worker, and when I talk to them, the reason they said they would pick this is two things. In terms of location, is easy access. It's so close to the airport, so they don't have to travel long to get back to home and rest, and then get ready to go to work again. And that when they're on the shift, and also the lock and go lifestyle is what they're looking for, security, because when they're away for work, they know that their home is very secure here. So that is with the airport. And then hospital, the major teaching hospital, Royal Perth, it's just 5 kilometers away in a city, and it's very like easily access, like you can access it very easily. And Curtin University, and those things are when I mention is things that for employment, like employment hubs that I'm looking at. So Curtin, the TAFE, not only at Carlisle, there is another one in Bentley and the Technology Park, and all these are all working opportunities. So yeah, that is things that I will look at. And for students that who actually study at Curtin, you can actually catch public transport. If you drive, it's only 6.5 kilometers away. But if you want to catch public transport, you just hop on the train, which you kind of walk less than a minute to the train station, catch a train from Burswood station to Ott Street, and then there will be direct buses from Ott Street to Curtin University. So it is so accessible in that sense. And Welsh Pool is very close by as well. And you probably heard about me talk about the Crown quite a bit. So what is the big fuss about Crown Perth? And yeah, as we all know, it is a resort plus casino. And not only that, there is many restaurants and lots of entertainment, ballroom function, and everything. On top of that, Crown is actually one of the not only the biggest entertainment hub, it's actually a major employment hub as well. It offers lots of job to the resident around the area, or to people, and it's actually one of the WA largest employers. So it brings a lot of people there, and I know we do have few tenants that actually live in live in the Crest, and then walk to work. And in terms of employment, like what I said before, it is the largest employment hub, but at the moment maybe things will change a little bit because of COVID. But I'm just saying that in a general sense. And the next thing, another entertainment that I've been people keep talking about is the Optus Stadium. So again, Optus Stadium is owned by Western Australia State Government. It was started built in 2013 and finished in 2018. Since it's complete, it has offered tons of exciting sporting events and concert. And yeah, so at the moment, like what I said, this evening there is a footy on at the moment. I know West Coast Eagle is playing at the moment, not pretty well before I start the live talk. But yes, a lot of people go through the area. So not only then we provide entertainment in this area, we provide business opportunity and also employment. There will need so many people working in this stadium every time when we have an event. And on top of that, Optus Stadium actually has won the International Award for Architect and Design in 2019, just a year after it was built, and it was awarded as the most beautiful stadium in the world. So such a privilege to have that on, in my neighborhood. Yeah. So again, that is one of the exciting things that happening in the peninsula. It's not just that, that's lots more. Well, this slide just basically want to share what is happening, because out of curiosity, when I was preparing the PowerPoint, I thought, let's have a look what is happening. And also because this week there is a big announcement that I think most of you have probably heard. Manchester United, who else? The Leeds United, Aston Villa, and Crystal Palace. They're all heading to Optus Stadium for a blockbuster weekend of Premiership football in July this year. So I think ticket is on sale now. And other than that, the Ample State of Origin series is coming back to Perth again. It will happen in June the 26th. And why we have decided to do that? Because the first one that happened in 2019, we have a record crowd of 59,700 people attended the stadium, and at that time, it was a huge success, and particularly in terms of our tourism business, we have close than 11,700 people visited WA because of the state of origin. And at that time, it has also bring in another a 19 million of profit or spending into the state because of the event. So all this event is happening, not only bringing people here, bringing business, bringing lots of growth for the area. And another exciting news is Ed Sheeran is coming back. So he will be here next year March. So all these exciting things happening, and you can see it's really bringing population into the area, right? Beside all the fun things, and as an investor, I have also looked at X factor. What could be unique things that when I invest into it, things will happen without me putting a lot more money into to develop the area. And then I came across this document called Burswood Peninsula District. Burswood Peninsula District Structural Plans. Quite a mouthful. Now, this document probably one of the reasons why I have decided to invest here. So this structural plan was actually prepared in response to a report that called Direction 2031 and Beyond report, which reviewed that the Perth and the Peel region is and will experience a period of significant economic and population growth. So in less than 20 years, we are going to require lots more properties, job opportunity for, they are estimating about 500,000 new residents into the region, and they will need around 328,000 of new homes to support all these new residents. This figure probably not as updated because it was written about 5 years ago, but I believe now we're probably looking at lots more, especially since the pandemic. You know how Perth also, all of a sudden, everyone know about Perth. We are the number 6 most livable city in the world, and we have managed the COVID so well, and we are prospering, we're doing well. So a lot of new migrants are actually thinking, or even interstate migrants thinking about Perth. So I believe in terms of resident or homes, we probably will need lots more. So this document actually being prepared much earlier by the town of Vic Park and the WAPC, looking at how they can, because when they do all this planning, they need to have a strategic framework. So basically, this report is a framework for them to do the planning, assessment, coordination, as well as the implementation of all the major development for this whole area in the next 20 or 30 years. Now, have a look at this. What really excited me about this whole redevelopment is the long-term vision for Burswood Peninsula. That is to create an attractive, vibrant, and most importantly, sustainable urban setting. So we are going to we are going to have lots more or diverse mix of housing, recreation, entertainment, tourism, and employment opportunity into the peninsula. And of course, looking at this scale, it's going to take a long time to realize and to complete. And of course, it also depends on the market condition. Like, for the last 2 years with the COVID and things like that, everything kind of get put aside and slow down. But the long-term vision is here. So what you have seen here, although it's illustrate, but there is small planning that being prepared by like the document that I just show you. That is what the vision the government or everybody have for the peninsulas. And when you think about 20, 30 years, it is long, but it is important to actually recognize that the scale of this development, it's almost like creating a new city or a small town, a small city. So the 20 years is the time that it required to actually fully develop this whole area. So by way of comparison, actually, when you look at the Crest Village redevelopment in East Perth, that size of development is actually less than a quarter of Burswood Peninsula, but yet that redevelopment took about 15 years. So don't be surprised, it will be another 10, 20, 30 years before we see this full scale. Because every time when I show this to my client, because many of the units that are facing the city at the lower level, it might get blocked by the future redevelopment. And when I have to explain to them what will happen or when will happen, it's long time. Yeah, I know the time is a bit tight, so I thought I would just quickly show you this slide. It's quite interesting, and what they did is with the district plan, they have split the peninsula into 7 regions. So basically, this is all the sub-region, and each area will have a specific plan. They will have a specific use of the land. How are they going to develop the area? So instead of develop everything at one go, they're divided into each pocket. But in summary, what they're looking at is to bring in lots more residential, commercial, and retail. That's one of the big one that I like to hear is retail. So you will have a lot of new offices and shops that go into the area, and also marina space and lots more entertainment space. So that is very exciting. So if you are interested to find out more, get in touch with us. We can send you a copy of the district, the future plan, or the Burswood Peninsula District structural plan, or it's actually online. You can Google it and you'll be able to find it. Okay, last but not least, why have I picked this development? It has to come back to the development as well. So looking at the floor plan, that's one of, other than the unique location. And when I look into this project, when I look at the floor plan, like what I had said to Leroy before, on single level. So what I have here is one of the floor plate. So if you look at one single level, all the apartments are all different. So this is not a standard cookie cutter design. Every single unit on the same floor, they're all different. Therefore, your competition in terms of resale in the future will probably not as much because you only compete above and below. So there's plenty of choices, different facing, different design, of course, different pricing as well. So so that's one of the factor. The other one will be rental yield. So it has been very easy to rent. The one that I have invested in, there's no vacancy since it was completed in 2019, and probably just 1 week in between when we have tenant changeover, we need to do cleaning and things like that. But rental wise, for one bedder, you're looking at 380 all the way up to 540. 2-bedroom, we have prices ranging from 550 all the way to 800. 3-bedroom is from 950 per week. Online, you might probably see some of our 2-bedder are advertised at 400 something. That range, it's actually is an NRES unit. So we do have 6 NRES unit in this building. So if you're investor looking at much higher yield, this is what you can consider, because the government will give you 11,000 tax-free every year to invest here. All right. The other thing would be the strata. So strata, 1 bedroom, you're looking at about 2,000 per year. 3-bedroom from 3,000, and then 3-bedroom from about 5,000 per year. Yes, the figure that I said is per year, not per quarter, because every time when I say 2,000, they're like, are you sure it's per year? Yes, it is. So the strata fee has been very buyer friendly or owner friendly. Yes, so that would be about the product. So now I would like to end my sharing with a video by Ashley and Alex, just basically going through the lifestyle around the Crest and the peninsula. So if mine may trouble you, please to help me.
Hey everyone, we have a free day today, so me, Honey and Alex are going to take you around and show you some of our favourite things about living at the Crest in Burswood. There's so many cool spots around here, so we thought we'd take you around. And we are really lucky because right at the end of our street is now one of our favourite coffee shops, and we've got Blaster Brewery. So it's a coffee shop and a brewery in one, but we haven't tried the brewery yet, so we'll have to come back on the weekend and do that. But they make very good coffee and their banana bread is amazing. Okay, we got our morning coffee, then we continued walking a different route than what we normally do, and we stumbled across this really cool park down near the Swan River, and then there's all these little pathways that lead to secret little areas, and then we found this really cool bridge where we saw some baby ducks and boats going by, so it's a really nice place to just come by and stop and take it all in.
Another great feature about living at the Crest is that you're surrounded by walking paths in all directions. So whether you want to go along the river or through Burswood across to the stadium, there's just unlimited options. And it's pretty flat here, so you can make good distance without getting tired.
Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? So that counting days until the second blow. It's gonna make a change.
As you guys know, Alex and I are major cafe enthusiasts. We love checking out all the newest and upcoming hotspots in Perth. And the great thing about the Crest in Burswood is that it's only a 4 or 5 minute drive here. So we're gonna go and explore all the cafes that are here. And of course, we have to visit my favorite. It wouldn't be complete without a trip to Get Chunky. Since staying at the Crest in Burswood, we have hosted so many dinner parties and lunches with our friends and family. So we've invited some of our friends over tonight. So we're gonna have a barbecue by the pool area, and then we're gonna watch the sunset over the Crown Perth Entertainment Complex and the Swan River, which is just one of our most favorite things to do while staying here. So I will make sure that we show you what we get up to.
Fantastic. That looks so relaxing. Yes. So a wonderful project, a beautiful development. And I know the time has gone over a little bit. So I'm not going to ask myself any question. So if you have any question or if you like to explore the development, get in touch with us. You can email us at sales@iqi.com.au. I can't see our contact detail on the screen now, but yes, or even our Facebook, you can leave a comment. We will be able to get in touch with you. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I mean, joining me, just me and myself and Leroy. Yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. We haven't confirmed the topic yet, so I won't be able to let you know. But if you follow our Facebook page, you'll be able to find out what we will be talking about in 2 weeks' time. Once again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for listening. Have a great evening and have a great weekend without the mask on. Bye-bye.